for your daddy's gun.
Red sun rises like an early morning.
The Lord's gonna come for your firstborn son.
His hair's on fire and his heart is burning.
So go to the river where the water runs.
Wash him deep where the tides are turning.
And if you fall, hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the valley. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, the long way down. The wolves will chase you on the pale moonlight.
Drunk and driven by a tale of some girl.
Ride your sun like a railroad spike.
Into the water, let it pull him under.
Before you leave to let it go to life.
The good Lord speaks like a rolling thunder.
Got fever, make the water rise. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the valley. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby,
Now, just before Buddy Lehman passed beyond us, there was a huge storm in the sky like no other. I was out working in the fields just before that storm began to whirl in the sky above me. I stood out in the fields and I said, Basil, don't be a fool. Get these tools inside the barn before the storm hits.
And I ran like the wind right after the boy died, calling clear over town for his father. Now I fly on by the dry goods and I run on through the diner, looking clear over Zion to find him.
So I set my tools in the barn and I looked to that swirling sky above me. I saw those clouds and they were as dark as that land is long.
And I looked,
And I seen it.
and I hollered.
And I knew.
I said, Ferris. He's dead now for certain. Buddy Lehman, he's passed on beyond us.
Like a slate wiped clean or a fever washed away. Where there was fire in the sky, now there's nothing. Where there was clouds in that sky, now there's just blue and sun.
His only son gone, and it's me who sends the word when I found Ferris that morning. Now I seen him there like he's a wood stick carving into the wood door frame, and they're welded together and grieving. I says, Ferris, I'm sorry. And he don't move and he don't speak. I say, Ferris, he's passed on beyond us.
The idiot boy is dead, don't you see? Now when that boy, he said it would rain, we laid our fields in rows, and hell, we knew it would be a good season. Now, without men with machines or drilling rigs, that boy were nothing but a willow rod in his hands. That boy could find you water. It was almost like he had a touch and a feeling for that water. Come on, boy, you'll find her.
Would you look at him go?
Which it ain't nothing new. It's that stick right there that does
Like
all the
hell
work.
it's the stick.
Well, like hell if it is.
Bud knows what he's doing.
Bud knows next to nothing.
Hell
Look,
if
will
he
you
knows.
two fellas shut up and just let the boy do his thing?
I doubt he's gonna find any water.
Luella, how many times do I have to tell you? All the signs are right on the money. You see, we had a full moon last night. It's May, and not to mention that wind from the east.
The signs don't find water. You want water, you hire a drill rig.
Luella.
We've been chasing around these fields half the night and we ain't found no sign of nothing at all.
Look, just give the boy some time is all.
How's he gonna find water when he won't even touch it? He don't wash, he don't bathe. The boy's dirt head to toe. I mean, Basil, he's not even baptized.
Look, that boy, it's like he feels it down in his bones. He's got a touch and a feel for the water.
Water! He feels water!
He's all but good.
Come on, bud.
You'll find her.
Use the stick, boy. Let me show you.
Come on, buddy.
Listen, boy.
Basil, this is ridiculous! Water ground now! Oh my God, sweet Jesus in heaven, would you look at that?
You got me some water. You got me some.
You did a good job, buddy Lehman.
He did.
He did. Let's get you up now, buddy.
You hit it right on the money,
Did a
boy.
real fine job,
You had
bud.
a damn fine job.
All right, boys, let's get to work now.
I never seen such a job, bud.
Hell of a job.
Come on, fellas, I'm not paying you to sit around and shake hands and cuss. Now go get the shovels from the barn.
You want him to help you?
No, you done just enough by me, Buddy Layman. Now, what I want you to do is to go down to your father and tell him that I'll be sending him over a couple dozen bushels of hay. And hey, I got you that yo-yo you wanted. Now, I thank you, my friend.
You thank him?
I thank you, my friend.
Hey, honey, how about you show Luella how to work this thing?
How he works it?
How to make her find water.
Well, he closes his eyes
Okay, yeah.
and he thinks on his mama.
Buddy?
Oh, your mama?
Buddy?
You think of her when you try to find water.
I can't take my eyes off you for 2 seconds, little brother, without you running around all over the fields.
Well, he was playing, Ginny Mae.
And you're supposed to be sweeping.
Oh, would you look at that boy? He can't do nothing right. Would you look at that broom? Well, he couldn't make it get to working, and you seen how he done with his shoes.
Oh, Bud.
His sister says, now, buddy, you keep them shoes on your dogs. Them feet ain't supposed to get naked. And would you look how he does, like, feet over the dirt.
Oh,
Let's
well,
get to
don't
work
call
then.
himself names.
He can't help it, he's daffy.
Oh, now, Bud,
He's a loony little coot for sure.
Let's get to working now.
let's get your boots on.
Oh, he don't want to wear boots.
Oh, buddy.
Let's get some dirt into it, dude.
It's a good chunk of digging.
There ain't enough dirt in there to hide a worm.
Listen, Melvin, I'm standing here shoveling and sweating, and you're doing nothing but leaning all on that shovel of yours.
Oh, so you think I don't know how to dig, huh? You think I don't know what's what with the shovel? Well, I'll have you know, I've been through the best damn training Uncle Sam has to offer. They sent me through basic training 2 times in a row. Now, I may not know much, but I know what's what with the shovel.
Then why don't you use it?
Well, why don't you give me a little room, huh? Give me a little room, I'll tear this hole right up.
You two fellas shut up and just get to digging.
You're not gonna find us a well out here, Basil. There's nothing but mud in that hole.
Luella,
I tried this stick, Basil. I give her a shake, and it's worth next to nothing. You're wasting your time on that hole.
Oh, take your time with those laces.
Well, he can't make them tie.
Buddy Layman's not crazy, Basil. He is just smart enough to fool with you. Leave you digging out here after nothing. You're wasting your time. Even fools know that when folks need water, they got to use the drill rig.
Shovel?
Shovel.
Sticks and shovels get you nowhere in this land, okay?
Post holder?
Post holder.
Listen, Indiana is nothing but rocks and mud, Basil. Clean down to China. She is rocks, and she's mud, and she's mud, and she's rocks. And you got to get a full-size drill rig to get anywhere.
come on, Dewey, put your back into it a little.
But no, you wouldn't listen. No one ever listens. You wouldn't use the machine. And now here you are, up to your elbows in mud, and it's plain to see you're getting nowhere but dirty.
Come on, Dewey, just put it
Basil,
up.
hold it. Hold on.
Water?
Lord almighty.
My feet are getting wet.
Yeah!
He
We
did
found
it.
water,
We
boys.
found
See,
it.
I told you we'd find water,
He
Luella.
died to shoot by himself.
You sure did.
All right, fellas, let's get ourselves a drunk on.
He tied his shoes by himself. Now he's gonna clean his yard by himself. He's sweeping and sweeping.
Oh,
And
buddy, stay on the porch.
he's cleaning his yard, you know.
Buddy.
He's sweeping and sweeping and sweeping.
Well, howdy.
Hi.
Can I help you with something?
Well, to be quite honest with you, ma'am, I'm lost.
Well, what are you looking for?
Now, I'm not looking for nothing too special. You see, last night I had myself a fitful night of dreaming, and when I woke up, well, you want to know what I said to myself?
What?
Well, I said I'm fit to be tied if Indiana don't look the same no matter which way you look. I said, see, she showers, I said, you're about as lost on this road as a small ball in tall grass. Couldn't tell come from going. Until I saw my friend over here giving the ground a once over, and I said, now there's a man who knows his way around the land. There's a man who can tell me where I am.
Well, you're at Buddy Lehman's house.
I had a sneaking suspicion I might be.
Yep, this is his house, all right. This is his porch, and it's his door, and there's his windows, and that girl right there, she's his sister.
Oh, Buddy Lehman.
You two gonna sweet talk a while? You wanna maybe get lost?
You just get back to sweeping.
I'm a piece tired of sweeping.
Oh, you ought to love keeping clean.
Huh?
I said a fine young man like yourself ought to love keeping clean.
You're gonna make him get wet.
Are you selling soap or something, mister?
No, ma'am.
You ain't gonna wash him.
Wash him?
Jenny Mae, don't let that guy wash him.
Now what did you go scaring him for? He never done nothing to you.
Now, wait a minute.
You just come waltzing up out of here in the clear blue and go teasing folks you hardly know.
Now, hold the boat, ma'am. I stopped because I'm looking to help some folks.
Are you one of them Mormons?
To put it real plain, ma'am, I'm in need of a job.
Well, we're not giving handouts.
Now, I don't want no handout. I'm willing to do work. You name it, I'll do it. Housework, cleaning work, yard work. I'll milk the chickens, I'll pluck the cows. To put it real plain with you, ma'am, I'm willing to do an entire day's work only for food. You look at me, you think I was raised by birds. A crumb here, a crumb there.
Ain't you had you some breakfast?
Not lately, my friend.
Maybe you better talk to my daddy.
Now, if it wouldn't be no trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, mister.
What's your name, mister?
Oh, C.C. Showers.
You think you're maybe gonna stick around a while, Cece?
Well, that all depends, bud.
There's lots of good stuff here, you know.
What is there now?
Yep, there's lots of good stuff. You see the woods over there?
I'm looking right at it.
Well, that's where the birds live.
Do they now?
Yep, way up in the trees, way up in the leaves.
Well, that's a good thing to know.
Oh, and you see the ground right here?
I'm looking right at it, Mr. Lehman.
Well, that's where the dew bugs live.
Now, you're just chock full of knowledge, ain't you?
He thunk you might be.
I beg your pardon?
He said he thunk you might be.
Now, you're talking about you now, ain't you?
Yeah, can't you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And you see the sky up there, Pale?
I'm looking right at it, bud.
You know who lives up there, don't you?
Who?
Jesus.
Does he now?
Jesus, son of God, does.
And what do you think he does up there?
Well, maybe he's got him a little house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's got a running toilet inside.
Now, that's a good thing to have.
He thunk it might be.
Mr. Lehman, it does my heart good to meet a man who knows his way around the church.
We ain't got no church, Cece. Don't you know nothing?
Now, you mean to tell me your mama taught you all about the gospel herself at home, huh?
His mama?
Yeah.
You ain't seen her?
No?
Can't find her nowhere.
Well, when was the last time you saw her?
He don't know no more. He's looked in his house and in his yard and in the woods and he can't find her nowhere.
Well, I'd imagine she'll be home before long.
Sometimes he hears her. Sometimes at night he hears her and her voice is right there like he can touch her almost when he's sleeping.
You mean to tell me your mama's passed away? You know what angels are, don't you?
Huh?
Angels. It's what we call the people who have passed on beyond us.
What's angels do?
Well, for the most part, they're flying around and singing.
Like the birds?
Like the birds.
Hey, Dad! His mama's up flying Jesus.
Oh, really now? Well, you're going to be up to the sky, like never to come down if you don't finish your chores before noon, boy.
Well, he was talking to Cece.
Oh, made you a new friend, huh?
That guy ain't had nothing to eat, Dad.
Oh, you must be the fellow that's looking for work.
The C.C. Showers, sir.
Ferris Lehman, Mr. Showers. You chew tobacco?
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, you oughta. Man wants to work in a garage, you gotta chew on something. Can't hire a fellow for prissy.
Thank you kindly.
It's a good tasting plug, huh?
Oh, yeah, real tasty.
Don't swallow it, mister! Hell, the whole boy's to spit!
I beg your pardon?
Oh, too late, huh? Can I get you some water?
No, I'm fine. I'll be just fine.
Alright. I'd offer more, but there ain't much more to be had with Hoover in office.
Oh, I hear you.
Say, you're a Democrat, ain't you? Not voting for Hoover?
Oh, not by a long shot.
Alrighty. Now, I don't mean to be nosy, but no man voting for Hoover is working for me.
People go voting for Hoover, there won't be no one working.
Yeah. Damn Hoover. Them government fellows don't know shit from shinola.
No.
Here we sit, with half the damn country wound up tighter than a shock spring, and a man can't get nothing to drink.
Ain't you figure there's maybe something to drink in these boxes?
Well, they're mainly full of nothing, my friend.
Ain't you figure there's maybe some root beer down in them?
Now, don't be so darn nosy.
Oh, he ain't gonna hurt him or nothing, Dad. He's just gonna haul him around some, like he's a helper, like Cece.
Make a deal, my friend. I'll let you haul these boxes all around town, just as long as you promise to bring them right back.
Word of honor?
Word of honor.
Lick your hand, Cece. He ain't gonna drop these boxes or bang them up nohow. No, sir. He knows ain't no root beer down him. He's not gonna nose down in him for nothing. He's a good guy, that buddy is. Word of honor.
I'd imagine being a daddy's a full-time job, huh?
Oh, hell, there ain't nothing to it. See, I raise them like weeds.
Like weeds, Mr. Lehman.
Yeah, you can cut them or trim them or pull on back some, but you're best just leave them be. You ever seen a weed that ain't healthy?
I can't say that I have.
It's the same way with kids. See, a car breaks down, you fix it. Tire goes flat, you patch it. But kids are best left on their own.
I take it you like cars, Mr. Lehman.
Mr. Showers, I love them. Nash, Buick, DeSotos, you name it. There's a whole world of tractors, of course. You got your Farmall, your John Deere, Fords, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
There ain't nothing better than a good, solid engine.
No, there ain't.
Hey, you ever tear down a six-banger?
Now that's quite an engine.
Oh, hell of an engine. Of course, a flathead will put it to shame.
Naturally.
Yeah. Can you reconstruct a flathead?
Now, is that a car or a tractor?
Can't say I've ever heard of a flat-headed tractor.
Then I take it it's a car.
Can you at least tear down a carburetor? Okay, fuel pump or ignition.
Well,
Okay, steering or tires. You can't patch a damn tire? Where the hell have you been?
I've been walking for close to 3 months now, Mr. Lehman. I barely rode in a car, let alone try to fix one. But the entire time I've been walking, I've been looking for a job.
Alrighty. Well, might be if you told me what you did, might be I could help you.
Well, back in Hassett, Kentucky, there wasn't much work to be had.
Okay.
You see, I had to quit what I did.
You quit a good job for nothing.
Well, I had to leave.
You walked out of the job and there's no work to be had for miles.
I just couldn't stay.
Did they fire you?
No.
Did you run the law?
It don't matter.
What the hell did you do?
I said it don't matter no more.
I can't hire a fella that don't know what he does.
Mr. Lehman, the entire time I've been walking, I've been looking for a job.
You're wasting my time, mister.
Mr. Lehman, to be quite honest with you, I'm a preacher.
I'm sorry. Teacher?
No, a Bible-toting preacher.
Oh, no, you're full of shit.
But I ain't preaching no more.
You're full of shit, ain't you? So you're really a preacher? A Bible-banging, Jesus-jumping, heaven and hellfire preacher?
Word of honor, Jenny May, word of honor. You tell Mr. Showers the truth, buddy Lyman.
He ain't done nothing wrong.
Just keep telling.
Well, he was walking around, you see, until his arms started feeling kinda lousy. See, so he said to himself he'd feel better, he got him some root beer. On account of them boxes are awful heavy and his arms are awful tired.
Now, you ain't trying to tell us you took something out of them boxes now, did you?
Nope, there's nothing down in them.
Nothing in them?
Word of honor.
You mean the boy dumped all your stuff out?
Seems to be the case.
All your clothes?
Your blankets?
My bedroll,
Your Bible?
my Bible.
Everything?
Yep.
Well, he'd like to maybe go take himself fine and watch Dad.
Yeah, you should show me, bud.
He don't want to sit still.
Well, you're gonna sit still till you tell us what you do this thing,
Now,
boy.
Mr. Lehman.
Now, some things don't irk me, Mr. Showers, but stealing the clothes off the back of a preacher ain't quite on my list of sitting still for.
A preacher?
A marrying, burying, reading, reviving, devil and damnation preacher, Jenny May. And your little brother, who somebody was supposed to be watching, just stole everything the man owns.
I can't be watching him all the time, Daddy.
I can't neither.
I dress him. I feed him. I walk him all over the place.
He don't want to sit still.
I need time to spend with my friends, damn it.
Now you watch that cussing. I told you, this man is a preacher.
I don't care if he preaches.
Stop screaming.
I'm not screaming.
Now, hold the boat. I was a preacher, but I ain't preaching no more. I don't do sermons, I don't pray, and I don't sing. It ain't no sin to change, and I've changed. I give up, I quit.
Hey, where are you going?
I've made it this far, I'll get by just fine.
Don't leave him.
Oh, come on now, bud.
He could sleep in the barn, Daddy.
Now, I don't mean to be no trouble.
Oh, well, I don't mean to take offense, Mr. Showers, but I think my barn's good enough for a good man to sleep in.
I'll go get you some blankets.
Now listen, Mr. Lehman. I'm willing to do an entire day's work.
Yeah, and I'm willing to make you keep working, CC.
Well, come on, Cece.
Hey, bud, you wouldn't happen to know where you put any of my stuff now, would you?
Nope, how about you?
Are you sure?
Yep, he knows where the birds are, though. They're up in the barn, way up in the roosters. There's big birds and little birds, baby birds and mama birds, and they're all flying around like little angels.
No. The birds are here in Indiana. The angels are up in heaven. It's a world of difference, my friend.
Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from the wounded side which flowed be of sin.
I know why you're singing, Norma Henshaw. You're singing and cleaning the dry goods top to bottom on account of that new slick-talking preacher.
Luella.
Now, Norma, for all we know, this guy could be a smooth-talking con man. We don't know nothing about him.
Well, we know he's a preacher.
From what church?
Why, he's a Christian, of course.
That don't mean we can trust him.
Now, I've been praying for this for 10 years in a row. I don't ask the Lord much. I don't pester him, see? But I have made a few small requests. Why, the Lord knows how this town needs a preacher, Luella.
Norma, what kind of preacher would work in a garage?
Well, we can't afford to be picky.
Please, be picky.
Now, you listen to me. We've been 10 solid years without a singing or a saving or a baptizing, period. Why, the Lord's answered our prayers, don't you see?
I don't know, Norma.
Oh, don't be so darn doubtful, Luella. So down in the mouth. Why, just look at Goldie next door. She's been spicking and spanning for days in a row just to let that man know he's welcome.
Why, you folks are just as welcome can be.
Hey, Goldie. Got any root beer?
Know what kind of diner I'd run without root beer?
Pretty lousy.
Well, it wouldn't be the Dine Away Cafe. Just made some fresh coffee, boys.
Oh, coffee sounds fine.
I'd expect you've been showing a new friend around town, huh?
There ain't much to see, Goldie.
Well, there's the dry goods, the diner, and the view of the river. Not to mention the place where the church was. You've seen the church, ain't you?
Oh, I guess it must have slipped by me.
There ain't nothing left but the foundation, Goldie.
Well, before she burned down. It was something, I tell you. That church had a steeple so high, woo! It put them trees out the shame. And people, there was people all over. Those bells got you ringing and the whole town was full. Did a real good business on Sunday.
Well, I'd imagine.
Why, I fed more people on Sunday than the whole week together. Those church folks are some real big eaters. You want some pie with that coffee?
Oh, no thank you, man.
Apple pie, peach pie, rhubarb, and cherry. Whatever you want's on the house.
Oh, well, I'd like a donut.
Plain donuts a penny, Ferris. Glazed at 2 cents.
Plain, thank you.
How about you get him another root beer?
You're not done with that last one, are you?
Ain't no more down here.
You're gonna throw up your whole constitution. You know that. You drink and drink and drink and drink. Boy, you're gonna make yourself irregular.
Irregular, Dad.
Hell, I'm fine.
No cussing.
That Goldie is quite a woman.
Yeah, she's purty, but she's pushy.
Oh, I noticed.
Ain't nothing worse than when a damn woman gets pushy.
You're gonna cuss you can eat this outside, Ferris.
Oh, it's an awful good-looking donut, Goldie.
Don't you dare bite that donut, Ferris.
I'm gonna pay you.
You know the rules just as well as I do. No drinking.
No cussing, and you pray before you eat. Keep some posted outside.
Can't pray?
I beg your pardon?
It's only right for our guests to say grace over meals.
Well, this ain't much of a meal, man.
Well, you're still the guest.
Just give her the grace, huh?
Ferris, it's your donut.
Well, it's my diner, and I'd like for our guests to say grace.
Man, you don't understand.
You don't understand. You don't pray, he don't eat.
Listen, Cece, I'm really kind of hungry.
I know.
Then just run off a quick one.
Oh, come on, Ferris.
It's just a donut, Cece. Won't take you but a minute.
Everybody bow your heads. Shut your eyes, buddy. Pass your showers.
Thanks for the donut, amen.
Amen.
What church did you say you're with?
Goldie, the man means to give up on preaching.
Give it up?
That's right.
You mean to quit?
I mean to quit altogether.
Well, in that case, the coffee will cost you a nickel.
It's a real nice coffee.
I got her.
Thank you, Ferris. You about ready to go, pal?
He ain't going nowhere till his dogs feel better.
Now, what's the matter?
He's itching.
Looks like I touched the ivy.
Oh, hell.
Itching like crazy.
All that boy needs is a hot tub of water. I've been saying that much for years.
Huh?
We eat salts in a hot tub of water.
He ain't itching no more.
You'll be itching all over. You don't soak those feet.
Oh, hell. Goldie, I'm dirt head to toe and I'm fine.
It ain't right not to wash.
Does he smell? Does he stink?
That ain't the point, Ferris.
Half the world's made of dirt, Goldie. The roads are dirt. The damn fields are dirt. Even Hoover's got mud pie for brains.
Don't you make fun of Mr. Hoover in my dining, Ferris. Bad mouthing the president's the same thing as cussing. Same exact thing to a T.
Kind of sounds like you're fond of him.
Oh, I couldn't care less if Herb Hoover got hit by a truck in his sleep. But he's still the president, and I won't have him bad mouth.
Now, what did I say that's so awful, Goldie?
I'm not about to repeat it.
Said hail, said damn, said Hoover.
You see there? You see what it leads to?
Bud can cuss if he wants.
He's just a boy, Ferris.
When I was his age, I cussed all the time.
He's only 14.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm a better man for it.
You are the most bull-headed man in the world, Ferris Lehman.
A man can't cuss, he can't hardly talk.
What would your wife say? The way you raised that boy, Ferris, it ain't right for him.
Well, Sarah ain't here no more, Goldie.
Hey, Dad.
What do you need, bud?
Dad, it's gonna rain.
Yeah, change of the weather would be nice, bud.
Can't you see the clouds? It's gonna rain something awful.
Well, the sky's awful clear.
It'll rain.
Can't you feel the clouds? It's gonna storm just awful.
Lord knows we could use it.
Rain, Basil.
Rain, huh?
That's what the boy
Out of the
says.
sky. How'd he look when he said it?
Well, he was scratching at his foot something awful.
Seemed pretty sure now, did he?
I walk on through the garage, I say, "How's it going, bud?" He says it's gonna rain.
Well, the alfalfa's growing in at least.
Yeah,
Oh, but the rutabaga's not near.
ain't even close.
You boys figure you can get that Highlander turned?
I mean, it's awful rocky,
I know.
full of rocks.
Look, dude, you boys can get that Highlander turned, I'll pay you 80 cents a day.
Damn,
Lord knows how we could use this water.
I guess. Say, Basil, look at the sky, would you?
Well, it's awfully pretty.
There ain't a cloud for miles.
Well, the boy did say it was gonna
Well,
rain.
how you figure that?
What's that?
I mean, you done your fair share of doctoring, Basil.
Now, do I'm no doctor, but I don't know. The boy just feels it.
Feels the weather.
As far as I can guess, yeah.
Say it's that drowning business. I mean, a fellow like him falls in the water so young as he did.
Well, the boy was awful young. Don't take too long under the water to change a man, though.
I guess.
He was 2, maybe 3. Really young.
Jesus.
You know who was that boy's mother who kept him from drowning? She died, and, well, it was a strange sort of thing.
I mean, it's kind of scary. Basil, the way the boy is now.
Dude, you can't talk about that. Look, sometimes in life things happen, and you just can't change them. You're all the better for trying, but sometimes things just happen. Now, if that boy, he can tell the weather, then hell, it's a blessing. Hey, it is a blessing.
Yeah. Say, a little rain will look nice on the fields, won't it?
You boys get the Highlander turning, she will.
It's good land on the rise there.
Yeah, farm's looking fine.
Ain't nothing as fine as the woods in the summertime.
You see all the birds?
Yeah, I see him.
You see that one there?
That one right there, that's a bluebird, my friend.
How come he's flying?
Well, it's probably because we scared him off.
Hey, bird, don't you fly away.
Oh, hey now,
Oh,
Bud.
Buddy's all right.
Don't hide from Buddy.
Buddy!
If Bud gets in the woods, he's not about to sit still.
Well, my old back ain't about to go chasing.
Oh, you're not that old, Mr. Showers.
Well, I've been feeling it lately.
Well, here, let me rub your back some.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
now stop moaning and groaning and sit yourself down. It'll do you some good. There. How's that now? A little better, maybe?
I have died and gone to heaven.
You've just been working too hard.
No.
Yeah, you have.
Shit.
Huh?
A little work never hurt nobody.
I never heard you talk like you've been today.
I use words like that all the time when I'm thinking.
You thinking swear words?
I'm thinking worse things than that.
Is that why you gave up on preaching?
That's not exactly how I put it.
Well, don't you believe in the Bible?
Miss Lehman, I was raised on the Bible. My daddy was a preacher, and his daddy, and his granddad right down the line. The boy comes to be about 18, you hand him a Bible, and he'll make his way in the world just fine. Being awful fine, preacher. Be just like his daddy, I guess. Now, my daddy, he was a preacher. He had people up on their feet singing and stomping like the world was just fine, like he was just there to shout the good word. And he'd go, "Now you, Miss Lehman, don't you just love that sweet story? Don't you just love that sweet song?" I said, "Sure you do." I said, "Sure you do." Now why don't you come up in front of the whole church and tell them how you love that sweet song? Ain't no sin a great sin, because all men are sinners. That's what I said, all men are sinners. And then there's me. I'd shout, and they'd shout back, and I'd say something, they'd say, "Hallelujah." Then it'd be dead quiet. I mean, there they are, waiting to holler. But here I am, thinking. Clean forgot I was preaching.
No.
I tell you, Jenny May, 2-3 minutes go by and I'd be up there, just thinking. And thinking and preaching don't go too well together.
Well, I never read too much Bible, but I'm sure you can fire it up, Mr. Showers.
Miss Lehman, I'm 30 years old. Ain't done much else. All I'm good for is just talking, just drawing away.
Well, I think you talk real nice.
When I was up there, you want to know what I felt? Nothing.
Oh, Mr. Showers,
I'll tell you, Jenny May, I didn't feel anything.
you still sound awful nice.
I just need to learn to shut up. Damn it!
What's the matter?
I just can't shut up. Maybe it's because you're just so nice to talk to.
Oh, now don't tease me.
Miss Lehman.
You make me feel like an old maid when you call me Miss Layman.
Well, you're off for me yourself, ain't you?
I'm younger than you. I'm supposed to.
Here we are in this day and age with tractors, singer-sewing machines, and light bulbs, and you're saying that any man older than you is an automatic mister right off the bat.
Now don't be riling me up, Mr. Showers. Girls 16 years old can't call men by first name in Indiana.
Well, then let's imagine it's Kentucky.
I can't.
We'll say that old beech tree right there. Well, that's the door to an old mine shaft. And that gully right there? Well, that's no close range.
Oh, Mr. Showers.
Miss Lehman.
I can't.
I don't see why not.
You really want me to?
I want you to call me by my name. You feel something?
Yeah. Yeah, I felt something.
Must have been a raindrop, you figure?
What's that?
Right there, to the break of the trees.
Oh, my lord.
We best go find Buddy before the sky splits wide open.
He's on his way home.
Buddy!
Oh, he's not going to stay in the woods if it's storming.
Buddy!
Cece, come on. He'll be scared half to death.
Hey! Hey, Dad! Hey, anybody? It's raining! Ain't they nobody not sleeping? It's raining outside! Dad! Jenny May! It's raining! It's raining! It's raining!
I never experienced such a storm.
Buddy!
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 Wind's blowing like crazy.
Buddy!
Bud, you must have been scared half to death. It's all right. We're here now.
Mama!
You're all right.
Mama!
It's Jenny May.
Is he all right?
It's raining!
You all right, bud?
It's raining!
Lord knows how we need this.
It'll be an awfully fine rain.
Just go to sleep, bud.
And the Spirit of God moved on the face of the waters.
And the Spirit of God is in the waters.
See there how the ground soaks in all the water?
Just relax, bud.
Go to his bed.
And God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together.
And God said, let the waters be together.
We got the Highlander turned and all the seeds are in.
Bound to be a good season.
Is he asleep now?
He's asleep.
Well, farm's looking fine.
Be a real good summer.
And God said it was good.
And God saw it was good. Aunt Norma,
Darling,
didn't we do that one already?
that was for light.
God thought all this stuff was pretty nice, huh?
Well, in the beginning, yeah. Hey! Hey! He ain't sleeping no more! He's itching! Hey! Dad! Jenny May! Cece! He's sleeping! He's itching!
Hey now, Bud.
He's itching!
Hush now. You're gonna wake Daddy.
He's itching like crazy!
What's all this belly aching, boy?
Can't you hear him? He's itching like nuts!
Yeah, and you're making more noise than the half-blowed out Buick. Now can you knock it off?
Can't you make him feel all better?
Bud, you'll feel better if you just go to sleep.
Well, he don't want to sleep.
You're gonna do like I tell you.
He ain't gonna sleep. He can't make him.
Now don't you backtalk me, boy.
He's itching. He ain't gonna sleep when he's itching.
Well, I'm gonna count to 10, bud. You hear me?
Oh, dear.
I say it's 1, 2,
Come on, little
3,
brother. He's itching.
4,
Just like
5,
he don't want
6,
sleep. Oh,
7, 8's awful close.
He's almost
9,
10, Bud.
9 1/4, 9 1/2, 9 3/4.
Sleeping. He's sleeping.
You sure do drive a hard bargain, Mr. Lehman.
Oh, I don't know, CC. You gotta be headstrong when you deal with Bud. Have a seat. You ain't had you no kids.
No.
Ain't had you a wife?
Ferris, I'm as much as I can handle right now.
Don't you like women much?
Of course I do. But all the women I quoted were in church. And you can't be preaching at them one day and sweet talk them another night.
Yeah. Well, there's still plenty of time, huh? Used to be I didn't know a damn thing about women. And I can only tell you that now because I'm older. But back then, I thought I was a genius. Whether if it was about women or cars or horses or what have you. I was the first to tell you what's what. You want to know how I married the wife? How I proposed to her?
Huh.
See, I got down on one knee, and I looks at her, and I says, I love you. I want you. Let's do this. I didn't know the first thing about women, CC.
Well, were you sure that you loved her?
Was I sure that I loved her?
I mean, being so young.
I was crazy about her, Cece. There ain't a damn day that goes by where I don't think of that woman. See, I lie to bed in the morning, and I think of the house. I think of the kids. You can't help but remember. I was head over heels in love. Guess it never really occurred to me that I could lose her. See, you wake up one morning and she ain't there no more. But you keep on loving, you see? Because she was my darling, my Sarah. And ain't nothing gonna change that. Now, of course, being a husband was a damn piece of cake compared to being a father full time. Wasn't married a whole year before she gave me a daughter. And I was just getting used to having a wife.
Hey, Dad!
Then the boy came along.
Hey, Dad! He's not gonna sleep.
Maybe some salt's what the boy needs.
You go soaking the boy's feet, he'll be screaming for days.
Well, it's worth a try, ain't it?
You can try all you want, Cece. You're not gonna change him.
Daddy's still itching!
This hollering, it's like a whisper, you see?
Dad!
Can you knock off the hollering, bud?
Well, it hurts him.
Listen, bud, just try to get some shut-eye and we'll talk in the morning, all right?
Good night now.
Yeah, good night.
You ain't gonna sleep.
Now, Bud. Now, why don't you say me and you go on for a little walk?
Where you wanna walk it?
Oh, no place in particular. Just around so we can get your mind off them dogs. Yeah, come on. Come on up. Ooh, there we go.
You two be careful out there in the dark now.
Good night, Jenny Mae.
Evening past the showers.
Evening, Darlene.
Now, I can't sleep when the moon's shining down.
Yeah, it is a awful warm weather for sleeping.
Don't I know it?
Did you sneak out of the house?
I'm just looking for trouble.
At this time of night?
Best time I know to find it. Now, I seen the preacher man sitting over here on the porch. He couldn't be no better looking, Jenny Mae.
Oh, Darlene.
I tell you, he was staying in my house. My head will be in the stars so bad I'll bump into walls. I tell you, for a preacher, he sure is good looking.
His eyes sure are something. It's like they change color sometimes when he sees you.
Jesus, Jenny Mae. There's just something about an older type of man.
Yeah, he's pretty mature.
Not like these boys around here.
Well, who you corn, Darlene?
Oh, just these boys around here.
Not Melvin Wilder?
I could be.
Dewey Maples?
I might be. Why don't you come and find out?
Oh, I'm awful tired, Darlene.
Well, you don't have to be so darn prissy about it.
I've been up half the night.
I've been up half the night. She just got eyes for the preacher, you see.
Jenny Mae likes the preacher?
Listen, Dewey, she just like him. She likes him. But don't tell her I told you so, okay?
What? You think Dew here can't keep a secret? You think he's gonna go blabbing all about town?
I won't tell her, Darlene.
Here, have a drink, Dew.
All right.
Ain't you guys never heard of the dry laws?
Darlene, I am a veteran of the Army of the US of A. And I can tell you that the dry laws mean next to nothing. I mean, a drink's just a drink, right? Give her the hooch, Dew.
I ain't touching that hooch.
What? Are you scared of a little drink?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Now you see how that is, dude? Girls are tricky business, real tricky business. But you gotta let them know how you stand. Now you wanna take this girl dancing? You wanna take Darlene to the dance? Maybe give her a little...
Hey, I'm not saying I love her or nothing.
Well, you gotta let her know what you're thinking.
Hey, Melvin.
We're trying to talk man to man, you understand?
Well, what you talking about, Melvin?
Well, we're talking about how nice you're looking, Darlene. My pal Dewey over here, he can't hardly stand it. Now you see how that is, Dew?
You really think I look nice, Dewey?
Tell her how it is. Tell her you mean business.
Hey, Darlene.
Hey, Dewey.
I don't love you or nothing.
Dewey, are you saying? That's not what he's meaning, Darlene.
Well, what are you meaning?
Well, I guess I'm kind of wondering what you might be thinking about dancing.
But I like dancing just fine.
Oh, shoot, me too. I'm no good at it or nothing, but I sure like to watch.
This guy puts the dance floor to shame.
Well, maybe you could teach me a step or two sometime.
Hell of a dancer.
I mean, my feet are kind of sore. I got planter's warts. Do it.
That ain't the way to a woman's heart.
I can't dance when my feet are hurting, Melvin.
Damn dogs are dying.
His feet'll be fine before you know it.
Ferris! What? Get out here! I bought the damn bike to ride for half a time, and I just end up walking everywhere.
All right, now settle down, Basil.
Now, I'm not settling for nothing. Every time I go to ride this bike, that tire goes flat before I know it.
Now, Basil,
Damn bike.
look, you're gonna upset your sister.
I've doctored damn near every cow and kid in this here county. I know my systems, and my systems are pissing mad at this bike.
Alrighty, well, we'll pump her up and we'll see how she does. Hold it for me.
Look, Ferris, a man works his tail off to pay for something and just... God, look at it.
The rubber's still good.
Look, bud, I've had it up to here with these schwims.
The spokes are fine.
The spokes are fine. It's got to be these rims.
Oh, alright. No, the rims are fine. See, if she's not holding air, it's your tube or your valve.
Well, tubes are pretty costly.
Yeah, but patches are cheap. If she needs any work, I'll get Cece right on her.
Good worker, is he?
Yeah, well, he's new yet.
A little wet behind the ears.
Yeah, he's got 2 strikes against him being from Kentucky.
Thought he was a Hoosier.
No.
He sure acts like a Hoosier.
Yeah. See, I didn't know about him at first, but mainly because, you see, you hand him a wrench and he'd call it pliers. Plus, you know he's good looking, right?
Yeah, that's what the wife keeps telling me.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing I've learned in life, Basil, it's that good looking fellas make damn awful workers.
Sure do.
See, back when Bud was just born, the wife was still with us. I hired a good looking kid for a while. And I'd tell him to go work the headlights, and he'd be combing his hair in the chrome, wouldn't get up under the car, wouldn't get himself all dirty.
Yeah, them good-looking guys.
They just ain't for shit.
No, sir.
Yeah. Well, Cece ain't like that. See, you hand him a grease gun, you'd think he's in heaven.
I thought them preacher types like to get clean.
Yeah, well, he is always going on about washing down Bud.
Well, they are always dunking and diving. Well, they're like ducks around water.
Yeah.
Well,
He's got another thing coming. He thinks Bud will sit still.
well, I mean, who knows? You might actually do it. I mean, what'll it hurt anyway? The boy does need a wash.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if this preacher guy turns out to be all four square, you're all the better for having. What with all these men out of work nowadays, you think it'd be easier finding half-decent help around here. Oh, well, not that Melvin and Dewey aren't good for nothing.
But they're lazy.
Yeah, well, they're young yet.
Yeah, I know.
You know, ever since the banks took my tractors, I haven't really had much choice, really. I had to rely on hired help just to keep my head above the water.
Oh, now, Basil, you're full of shit.
No, I'm serious. It's just I like working with workers, is all.
Oh, you do? Well, work me this tire, why don't you? I got her. Having trouble?
You shush. You know, I never could get that tractor working for nothing. Had too many knobs and levers on it.
Yeah, well, you should have pulled one and started her up.
Darn thing was too noisy and it left big old ruts in my fields.
Wait, the damn thing never touched your fields.
Ooh, well, it never really got gas in it neither. What? The wife liked the color, so I bought it.
Yeah, well, at least it never got dirty.
Yeah, the banks took it before that could happen. You ask me, it's them that cause all the troubles.
Huh, really? Never had use for a bank.
No, the tractors, I mean. The banks couldn't hurt nothing. They folded.
All right. What's wrong with the tractor?
Well, for starters, I hate them.
Really?
And then to just go building the darn things, they have to go ripping up the ground. It's worse than coal, I tell you. So they go ripping in the ground, and they find that ore, and they pull that ore out, and they just start making machines. It gets to that there's more machines digging in the ground than men. The worst thing is when they get all like rabbits and start making babies. They got these lawn mowing machines, hole digging jobbers, trench makers,
Whale diggers?
cow milkers.
Gets kind of crazy.
Yeah, it gets old man touches nothing but metal. You ask me, metal don't feel so good in my hands. Not how the earth does anyways.
Times sure ain't what they used to be.
It makes me so mad that they just keep on building machines and there's just still men out of work. You can't take away a man's job. You do that, he can't stand up for himself. You can't look his kids in the eyes. You can't, well, you take a job, it takes half the man.
Hey, good times are coming, hey, Basil?
Yeah.
I'm saying you gotta want things to get better or they're only gonna get worse.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe good times are coming.
Hold it back for me.
Yes. You know, they got a new fancy manure spreading machine now. Yeah, I read it all in them Farm Bureau magazines. Yeah, it turns out you walk it all across your field and then it starts shitting on your field.
Hey, can you hand me the valve cap, Basil?
The what?
A little cap that fits right here on your valve. Your stem's a bit worn, but if you keep the cap on her, she should hold some air.
You're telling me that thing was a part of the bike?
Well, of course it's a part of the bike, Basil.
Well, you know me. I don't like things that are just for looks.
So you took it off.
Of course I took it off. I don't like things that are just for looks.
Okay, but did you toss it?
No, I didn't toss it. You know me, I don't toss a damn thing.
All right.
Took it off and put it on the shed in my barn.
All right. Well, you take it off of that shelf, put it back on the Schwinn, and the wheel should not go flat.
So you are saying it had a use, huh?
Basil, if it's on a Schwinn, it ain't just for looks.
These Schwinns are good bikes.
Yeah, don't make them much better. No, I wouldn't get on that thing until you get the cap back on her.
Well, the sun's almost full up now. I suppose it's a good morning for walking.
Yeah, sure is pretty out.
Yeah, the whole lay of the land looks nice in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, you stay on them dogs, Basil, and you walk them.
I will. Damn bike. Damn.
Your foot's itching awful.
No, but they kind of smell bad, though.
Itching like nuts.
Life must be tough, ain't it?
He'll feel better he gets him some of them jelly beans. Sorry, bud, these beans ain't for sale. Shop around the dry goods all you like, honey, but this jar of candy's staying right here. Well, he's sick, you know, Norma. Oh, now what's the matter with you, honey? Itching like nuts. How about you?
We were hoping that you might have some salts for sale.
Best salts in the county. A little fever, some Epsom salts will help you some. A bad rash is a tough thing to shake. How about you just give him some of them jelly beans? Yeah, bud, I told you these beans ain't for sale. This jar of candy means business. Them are business beans, Norma. The fella that guesses how many are in here gets to take the whole thing home scot-free.
Lucky fella.
Well, you wouldn't care to take a guess for yourself, would you, mister? Yeah, come on.
Let me just confer with my associate a minute.
All right. It's a whole lot harder than she looks, I'll tell you that much right off. Why, I did it once before, but with peanuts. My niece Darlene, she says, I want Norma, that's just silly, she says. I bet I could guess ham in a minute. But I tell you, those goobers sat right here on that counter for a whole solid year.
I hear you.
Well, you about ready?
I'd say we are.
It's a whole lot more than she looks. And now you remember, I had those goobers sit here all year.
Well, me and my friend would say there's about 700 and,
2.
Yeah.
Come again?
Well, I'd say that there's about 702 beans in that there jar, man.
Why, you're that new preacher fella, ain't you? Oh, why, Lord, I have just been dying to meet you. Why, you should have stopped by the dry goods and saw me long before. Why, there is all kinds of work to be done. There are backsliding sinners all over this town.
Ma'am, I just work in the garage is all.
Now, I can see how the Lord's working through you.
I just think you might be a little bit mistaken.
Now, why, you gonna heal the boy, ain't you? You gonna stop his affliction? Hey! Lord knows it ain't gonna be easy.
Hey, you can't hear.
You can keep the candy, ma'am, and here's a dime for the salt. You have
Pastor,
Come on, bud, it's time to
if
go.
you need any help at all, stop by the dry goods and see me anytime. Well, I've said all along, this is just what the boy needs. Well, the beans are a sound.
Well,
Tastes like plain old candy to me, Norma.
Now those beans are a sign if I ever saw there was one. That man has got the spirit running clean through him.
excuse me, but he told me right to my face that he gave up on preaching.
Well, you can't just toss off the spirit like you toss off a coat. Now, when the Lord sends a sign, he means a business. Well, it's a blessing, you see. It's a gift that man has.
Now, Norma.
Don't you now, Norma, me. I never seen nothing like it.
I think you best rest yourself some, Norma.
No, I'm telling you, Goldie, that man is amazing. Why, he'll bring the whole town back to the Lord.
Uh-huh.
How come you can't find him no angels?
You've been looking for angels now, huh?
Looking all over and you can't find him nowhere.
Well, there's all sorts of things that you can't see with your eyes. You see the moon right there, don't you?
Yeah?
Well, what do you think happens to the moon in the daylight?
Well, he don't recollect it.
Well, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There's a whole world of things that you can't lay eyes on.
You know who lives up there, don't you?
Who?
The Moon Man.
Does he now?
Well, sure. He's up there eating green cheese.
Kind of hungry now, ain't he?
Yeah. What you got in that soup?
Well, it's mainly just salts.
Can you taste it?
Oh, I want to taste the stuff, bud.
But you're more than welcome to touch it.
You gonna make him?
No.
He don't want to touch nothing.
Now, bud, what we got here is amazing. I never seen nothing like it.
He don't want to get wet.
Now, friend, this ain't just a run-of-the-mill here.
He can't breathe if you wash him, Cece.
Now, buddy.
He's gonna scream. He's gonna holler.
Now, bud, ain't water cold?
He don't want to go
Now,
to
bud,
no
I
bath.
asked you a question. Ain't water cold? Ain't water just freezing? I always thought that water was cold.
Yeah.
Well, I know that this water here, it ain't cold. It ain't cold because it's warm.
Will it hurt him, Jenny Mae?
Oh, folks say it makes you feel better.
It sure does. I once knew a man back in Kentucky, had himself an awful case of the rash. Liked to scratch and itch and just drive himself crazy. Until one day he stumbled upon this water.
What's it do to him?
Takes the itching right out.
Right out your feet.
Kinda gives him the willies all over, Jenny Mae. Got the willies something awful, Cece. He ain't gonna touch it.
Now. Why don't we make a deal?
Word of honor?
Word of honor. Oh. Now, why don't we sing a song?
You want him to sing?
And once we're done, we'll have the itching right out your feet. There ain't nothing like a good old song to put a good man at ease. Let you settle your insides right down and let you forget about anything that might be at you.
Just relax.
You are his sunshine, his only sunshine. You make him happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much he loves you. So please don't take his sunshine away. The other night, dear, while he lay sleeping, he dreamt he held you in his arms. When he awoke, dear, he was mistaken. So he hung his head and cried. You are his sunshine, his only sunshine. You make him happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much he loves you. Please don't take his sunshine away.
Ain't you so pretty, huh? Ain't you so pretty? You're the color of the sky, yes you are. Well, hold still now. Hold still. He ain't gonna hurt you. You're too little to fly.
Is he hurt?
Look at him. See, he's little.
He's an awful pretty bird.
See his feathers?
Well, those are blue.
Blue?
Blue like your eyes.
His eyes are blue?
Bird's blue, the sky's blue, your eyes are blue, it's all blue, bud.
Boy, would you like to lift him, put him back to his mama?
Well, I don't see why not. Careful now. You can't. Y'all get up there?
Yep, how about you?
I'm doing just fine.
See that color right there? What's there?
Oh, well, that's green.
Green? Trees is green. Grass is green. Weeds is green and birds are blue.
Well, you're awful smart first thing in the morning, ain't you?
He'd like to live up there with the maybe. If his arms turn to wings and his wings turn to feathers,
Well, how would you get down?
he'd just fly right down, Cece.
Well, if you're gonna be brainstorming, you better put on your wings.
Is he flying?
You keep your eyes closed now.
Is he flying?
But if you're willing to fly, I'm willing to witness.
Lift him higher.
Higher?
Higher.
Higher?
Clear up in the sky. Way up in the sky.
How's the air up there?
Blue.
And where's Buddy Layman?
He's flying.
Flying?
Way up in the sky.
Any word from Mr. Lindbergh?
Mr. Who?
Mr. Lindbergh!
Ain't nobody flying but birds.
Well, what about Buddy Layman?
Who's Buddy Layman?
He's a good boy. I know him.
Yes.
He sure is.
You heard from Mr. Cece?
Mr. Who?
Mr. Cece.
Who's Mr. Cece?
He's a bird.
A bird brain, more like.
Hey, Cece, you flying?
Oh, you keep your eyes closed now.
You're flying.
It feels nice, bud.
Feel soft?
It feels good.
His mama's voice is soft. It's soft when he's sleeping.
Well, that's a dream, bud.
Is angels a dream?
Oh, now, bud.
If his arms turn to wings and his wings turn to feathers, maybe he could find her up in the sky, Cece. If he's flying, he could be with his mama.
Now listen to me, bud.
And they'd fly in the wind, in the sun, and the sky, and they'd fly, and they'd fly, and they'd fly.
Bud, you listen to me right now. Your mama left you. She left you and your sister and your father. But there's people here who need you, who want you, who love you. You're a brother, you're a son, and you're a friend.
And you like him?
I like him a lot.
Well, that's something, huh?
You know it is.
Cece, you know what?
What?
You're a good guy.
I am, ain't I? You are too, bud.
You want to know something else?
What?
He's still itching.
Still itching, huh?
Yep, right there. He's itching right there.
I know. But anytime your leg's getting at you, you raise this hand in the air and you say, I'm gonna save this itch for another time. For another time.
Hey, Cece?
Yeah?
When's it gonna be another time?
Ugh. When you're better.
When's it gonna be better?
Sooner or later.
Not
yet.
Not yet.
You're looking better.
After a while.
After the left foot, there's the right foot. There's a long step and a short step. Long step and a short step.
Now, you're looking better, dude, but you can't go fancy dancing with a girl like Darlene. Girls like a man to be leading.
So let's say I wanna spin her around, maybe give her a little razzmatazz.
No, dude. You go tippy-toe dancing with a girl like Darlene and you're nowhere. Dancing is a damn serious business.
Well, I don't mean to be fancy dancing and get her in trouble.
Now, dude.
You know what I mean, Melvin.
Have you been hanging around the dry goods again?
Yeah, I guess.
And what's Norma Henshaw been telling you this time?
Nothing much.
Dude.
She says it's a sin. What? She says dancing's a sin, Melvin. No! That's what Darlene's aunt says right in the Bible, plain as the day is long. Dancing is a sin. S-I-N. Sin.
Look, dude. Dancing is just dancing. It's got nothing to do with the Bible.
I'm on a one-way ticket to you know where, Melvin.
Listen, if you want to know about the Bible, you go on out to that garage and you ask the preacher. But if you want to know about dancing or drinking or girls, you stick right here and you ask me.
Yeah?
Yeah, there ain't much I don't know, pal.
Well, I'll be.
Now, let's try something. You be you, and I'll be Darlene. So put your arms around me. Dude, would you knock it off, damn it? I'm trying to help you.
Sorry.
Now, the first thing that you gotta remember is that girls are flesh and blood.
I got that much down pretty good.
So you wanna hold them nice and close, and you don't wanna go stepping on their toes.
Sorry.
Left, right, left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Now, I'm not going to say you two are dawdling around or goof offs or do nothing. I'm not going to say you two are trying to cheat me out of 70 some odd cents a day, of which I am kind enough to pay you. Now, all I'm going to say is some poor old man spent half the day stacking hay. Now, if that hay isn't stacked into a flatbed and hauled off over to the barn within an hour, I might just have to go buy myself a tractor.
You know, dude, if Basil ever fires us, we're gonna have to go find jobs.
I can't hardly breathe without getting in trouble. I mean, Melvin, I can't dance or romance, and well, now I can't even work right.
Well, don't let it get to you.
I don't mean to get in trouble.
Don't let him near me!
Don't be so prissy, darling.
Don't let him near me!
How come?
Because I don't like worms, that's how come!
Buddy, just put him in the can.
He is. For me, I make the preacher dig him up himself.
Oh, I don't mind.
Who ever heard of a man asking you on a date and then making you do all the work?
Mr. Showers isn't asking me nowhere, Darlene.
It's the same thing, Jenny May.
Hey, Darlene.
Jenny May!
Just put him in a can. Just keep digging and mind your own business.
No, they wouldn't bother me so much, you see, but they used to walk.
Worms.
Sure, worms, snakes, both. They could talk, too.
Oh, come on.
It's in the Bible. Don't you guys read the Bible?
Nope, how about you?
I gotta know the whole thing. Sam said at the dinner table, I want seconds on dessert. Aunt Norma says, give me a verse first, darling. See, if I know the Bible, I'd starve to death.
Your aunt's awful strict.
Yeah, but I've been learning about Adam and Eve. You heard of them, ain't you?
Nope, it's the first people.
Yep, and they've been living in this great big old garden in Europe. But the thing about Eve is, she's been walking around picking berries and junk with no clothes on.
She was naked.
Listen, Jenny May, they were doing it like
All the time.
They were doing it?
All the time, Jenny May.
What were they doing?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing?
Listen, Jenny May, they were doing it like all the time. But that kind of stuff just happens in Europe. But you see, this snake comes strolling up and starts telling Eve about how she's sitting there, Jaybird, stark naked.
She was naked?
Oh, that's crazy, darling.
Lots of crazy stuff happens in the Bible, Jenny May. Like people turning into rocks. 1 minute they're sitting there shooting the breeze, and next thing you know, they're all rocks. Lots of weird stuff.
How come these rocks?
Because they ask too many dumb questions.
Oh, darling!
See, anyway, this thing about being naked really sets God off. And with Eve being so dumb, she doesn't get in any trouble. And now it's a whole nother ball game. And God was just mad at this one snake. He was mad at all the snakes and all the worms in the world. He said, from now on, you gonna crawl around in the dirt. From now on, ain't nobody like you.
God really said that?
And later on, he gets real mad and floods the whole world out.
You mean he kills them?
With water, floods them right under.
Underwater?
He keeps making it rain, you see?
How come God's making it rain? He can't breathe in the water.
It's only a story.
It's in the Bible. It's true.
How come God's mad at him? He ain't done
It's
nothing
only a
wrong.
story, buddy. Wait!
Dad, it's gonna rain, Dad. It's gonna rain. It ain't gonna quit, Cece.
Okay, slow down, bud. Hold on.
Now, what's the matter?
Why'd you scare him so bad?
Didn't mean to.
Ain't nobody gonna be breathing no more.
Now, hold on.
God's mad at him. Can't you hear?
You're all right.
Come on, we gotta hide.
Now, settle down, bud.
We gotta hide.
I said settle down and hold your horses a minute. Come on, bud. Catch your breath real quick.
Ain't nothing gonna hurt you.
God is.
Oh. Now, if God ain't struck down the likes of Herbert Hoover by now, I'd reckon you're in the clear, bud.
He is.
I wouldn't worry yourself none.
You doing all right, bud?
You think so?
We'll just keep breathing real easy like that. You're doing just fine.
Sweet Jesus in heaven.
Just keep doing like you're doing.
Well, I knew you could do it. I told the whole town so.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I knew you'd bring that boy to the Lord. I told the Browns, the Bennetts, the Jones, and the Seymours. Why, they all know the Lord's working through you.
Miss Henshaw.
Oh, now I tell you, folks come in for miles and miles just to look at this here jar. Oh, and we can set to reviving in no time at all. Run a real good service.
Now, Miss Henshaw.
No, they'll be singing and saving, reading and reviving like you can witness it all over the county.
Now, there ain't nothing to witness.
You didn't have to be so humble. You can quit your work at the garage here and take up your Bible. Well, you could do what the Lord wants full time. What up?
I've been doing what the Lord wants all my life. Now I'm finally doing what's good for me, what I want to do. Miss Henshaw! Miss Henshaw! God damn her!
You alright?
Bud, just leave me alone right now.
Maybe you'll feel better. You get you something to eat.
I said leave me alone.
Hey, Cece, did he do something wrong? Hey, Cece.
Oh, Goldie, just wait till you hear. That man is amazing. Why, Goldie, when you hear what happened not half an hour ago, you'll say it's just like I told you. Awesome. I will tell her myself.
In that case, let me get you some coffee.
Just half a cup, Goldie. Too much will give me the skitters.
And after what she's just been through,
I will tell her myself.
well, she fell right off a clock in the road.
Thank you. I was maybe halfway to Zion when it started to rain, see? So I says to myself, I says, Luella, the thing to do here is use your umbrella. But to hold the thing up and to ride the bike all at once, I had to steer with just my left hand, see?
Well, no wonder you fell right down in the road.
But when I go to get up, I can't move.
You can't move.
I try to wiggle out my left, shake out my right. I try her backwards and I try her forwards, and I cannot but reach.
Oh, now this is the part that's amazing.
So there I am. I'm a rump in the road, and I've
just about given up hope when...
The Papa, she meets him.
Me too. You know.
Girl, I don't know.
Goldie, I look up through the rain, and who do you think I see coming but the new preacher?
Oh, ain't it amazing, Goldie? Ain't it just like I told you? You go on, Luella.
Thank you. He says to me, Miss Bennett, get up off the road, you're just fine. And I says, I am not fine. I says, I fell off my plane back. I cannot budge an inch. I says, if you want to help me, you go get my husband.
Oh, I know, you must have been just hurting something awful.
But, the longer we keep talking, the longer the preacher keeps staring. Till it's like he's staring right in my eyes.
Right in her eyes, Goldie.
And it's the funniest sort of feeling. Like he's looking way down deep inside him, like he's seeing clean through me.
Seeing clean through her, Goldie. Did he touch you?
He says to me, I'm gonna hold my hand out here, ma'am, and I want you to take it. Just grab hold and we'll boost you right on up. And his eyes are real calm, his voice is real quiet. And he says to me, Miss Bennett, get up.
And your back was all right?
I've never felt better. I was a little lightheaded, but...
Being lightheaded's a good sign, don't you think?
You said the pain was all gone.
Goldie, I'm fit as a fiddle. Of course, now the Schwinn's quite a mess.
Now, I tell you, folks can give up on farming, or mining, or schooling, or what have you, but a man can't just toss off the spirit. Or like a doctor with healing or a singer with singing, when a man's born to preach, then he'll preach.
Preach it, sister.
Now, I know he ain't got a church and he ain't giving no more sermons, but the spirit's within him, you see. Why, don't you remember those Wednesday night meetings and the singings on Sundays? The times when the whole town would come together. Oh, nearly 30 or 40 people all singing with one voice on a Sunday.
Praise him.
Why, without a church here in Zion, I don't know where we're going. One day's the same as all the days before. But that's gonna change. Why, with that man here laying his hands down and healing folks, why, he just knows the Lord's with him, you see. Oh, and we could build us a church in no time. Now, I tell you, the Lord has brought him to this town for a reason.
Hallelujah.
Norma, you surely can witness.
And a church back in town be darn good for business.
It'll be good for us all, don't you think?
I think the sky's clearing up.
I beg your pardon?
The sky's clearing up. The sun's poking through.
Now, you see there? Now, that is a good sign if I ever saw one.
Zion looks awful pretty after a good summer rain.
It's a real nice town.
And when you think of how long we've been with no preacher.
Oh, the fish had to be about that long.
Oh, Cece.
All right, it was probably about that long. But I'll tell you, once we got that fish ashore and netted, they'd like to bruise up a couple dozen men.
Well, little sunfish and little gals about all you can catch here. Fish bottom, you might find a carp.
Well, it is awful pretty.
It's a nice spot for fishing.
Oh, I bet. Oh, there we are. Now look at that. I'm nearly touching the bottom. Must get pretty deep, about 10, 12 feet out.
Gets awful deep towards the middle. A lot of boys like to come here and swim.
Now imagine if the boys in Indiana are anything like the boys in Kentucky, they don't bother too much with swimsuits.
Yeah, they're the same then.
That's what I figured. When I'm swimming, I'm lucky enough just to doggy paddle.
I stick to wading myself.
It is awful nice. Been too long. Too long, I imagine.
I thought you fished all the time.
I fished all the time whenever I was a kid. But, yeah, but since I got a church, I've been too much full of worry to do anything else.
Well, what'd you worry about?
Everything.
Oh.
I tell you, Jenny Mae, I worried about everything. I'd see a family packing down to California, and they'd say, Pastor, we ain't got enough room for no dog. And I'd worry and I'd worry, and then I'd take that old butt in. Must have had about a dozen good old hounds. I'd line them up in my front room and practice my preaching on them. Dogs kind of like being talked at like that.
Well, I think you talk real nice.
Oh, I talk too much, Jenny Mae.
Oh, it's not your fault, Cece. It's the river. My mama used to say when you sit by the water, you can't help but be talking. River's kind of magic like that.
Well, your mama was right.
I don't think she liked any place so much as the river. Be down here every other day through the summer, and come fall, well, you never been here in the fall, but when the leaves start to changing and the air's getting cooler.
It won't be too long now.
Oh, and as long as you're here, you might as well stay on through the winter. Everything's nice in the spring.
Well, it sounds like I might have to.
Unless you're missing Kentucky.
Oh, no. But I'll tell you what I am missing, though, is them dogs.
Well, what'd you do with them all?
Well, right before I left, I gave them all to my kids.
You have kids in Kentucky?
Oh, yeah, must have had a good couple dozen spread clear across the country.
Couple dozen?
Oh, don't get so darn riled up, Jenny Mae. They were my church kids.
Well, I ought to use you for bait CC showers, but I can't be so mean to the fish.
You see all those bubbles right there?
Yeah?
Well, what do you think they are?
Air, I imagine.
All those millions and trillions of bubbles.
What?
Fish farts.
Fish farts?
I tell you, Jenny Mae, there must be more stars in this here sky than fish in this here river, and we still ain't got a nibble worth of notice.
Oh, well, you'll never catch anything with no worm on your hook. Here, let me put one on for you.
Oh, absolutely not. Then I'm gonna catch a fish, and don't tell me you'd help me take it off too, huh?
All right, I won't tell you.
But you would now, huh?
If you want.
No, I'll be fine. You know, Jenny Mae, I've been meaning to tell you. You're real nice to talk to.
Oh?
Yeah, real nice to talk to.
You have?
Yeah. And you're also real young!
I'm 16!
Yeah, Jenny Mae, that's awful young, don't you think?
I don't feel real young.
Well, you are, let me tell you.
My mother was only 17 when she got married.
Got married?
Yeah!
Listen, Jenny Mae, I think we better get home.
But we just got here.
I know, but it's gonna be dark before long.
Are you tired or something?
I'm worn to a T, Miss Lehman.
Do you want your back rubbed?
No, here, let me help you up.
Have you heard the story about Adam and Eve?
Yeah. But I'm more partial to what happens right before it. I kind of like all the light and whatnot. Here we are.
Ain't there nobody not sleeping? Hey, Cece, you sleeping? You think about maybe waking up? Hey, Cece, you here?
Yeah, I hear you, bud.
You sleeping?
Nope.
You awake?
Nope.
You been sleeping?
But I've been trying.
So's Buddy. He's itching like nuts.
But there's got to be a cure to all this. And when we find it, I'll be a happier man.
How about you rub some of this goop on him?
What do you got there, bud?
He ain't so sure.
But this is wild root cream oil. You got your daddy's hair tonic.
Well, he itches.
Well, this ain't gonna help you none.
Well, it smells good.
Listen, if I rub some of this on you, will it get you back to sleep?
Rub some of it on his backbones.
Your back's itching?
His backbones, his elbows itching like you can't sleep for nothing.
Well, how's that feel?
Hey, Cece, you got one of these? You got a belly buttoner?
Last time I checked, I did.
How come?
Well, as far as I know, it comes with the package.
Babies have belly buttoners?
You're born with all sorts of amazing gifts, bud.
Where's babies come from?
Well, the mamas have them.
How come?
Well, 'cause mamas love having babies.
How come you won't give her back?
Oh, now, bud, that's just not how it works.
He misses her so bad.
I know. Now, why don't you say me and you get your daddy's hair tonic back to where it belongs?
Well, I get so tired, Cece.
Well, let's get you back to bed. You see the sun rising in the east right there?
It's time for breakfast.
It's time for bed. Oh.
You yawning there, Ferris?
Yeah.
You know, I was up before that sun was even in the sky. First thing I thought to myself laying to bed was, today's the day. So I turned to my wife and I says, Sugar, I'm picking up the swing.
Yeah, well, how's she doing?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't ridden her in a few weeks.
The wife, Basil. I mean the wife.
Yeah, she's fine, just fine. Well, how's that boy of yours doing?
About the same, I guess, Basil.
Well, I suppose I should take another look at him. You know, I was doctoring that Simpson boy just down the creek bed there. Yeah, it turns out they had him all right up to bed, taking pills left and right.
What's the boy got the flu or something?
Sadly, no, the boy was lovesick.
Oh.
Turns out I walked all the way down there just for the boy to cry on my shoulder and talk to me all about how his dog died.
Oh.
Yeah. Boy loses a dog, it does that sometimes.
Yeah. I felt about the same way when I crashed my first car.
Yeah.
He'll get over it.
Yeah, well, the boy gets out in the field and starts bringing all them crops in. He won't really have much time for grieving.
Yeah, a little hard work fixes most things in life.
Yeah. What you doing to that tire there, Ferris?
Oh, just working the spokes.
The room's all right, though, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. CC pounded her out pretty nice, pretty even. You mind heading on down there seeing how she rolls?
Not at all.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Here she goes. Huh. Oh, whoa! All right.
Damn thing's always had a wobble to it.
Hey, wasn't that bad, though.
Yeah, it'll do. You know, I think I'm starting to get a little too old-fashioned. See, I'm seeing these nice cars go down the streets, and they're so fancy and loud, I'd like to wish them all away and just be done with them. Now, a bike, that's a whole other story. You see, a man gets on a bike and there's no questions asked. He just thinks where he wants to go and he pedals along and he's there.
Hey, Dad! He and Cece fixed it up. It was working.
Yep, Bud was in charge of holding the horses.
I'm sorry, holding the what now?
He was in charge of holding his horses.
Oh.
Well, tough job, ain't it?
Well, you know it is.
You gonna ride this thing, Basil?
Now you hold your horses, I will. Looks fine, fellas.
Yeah, just get this wheel on her and she'll be ready to roll. She's got a few miles left in her.
Yeah, it's a wonder she's not more banged up than she is.
Well, the paint is kind of scratchy.
No, the wife, I mean.
Yeah, she took quite a tumble.
Well, I mean, she says you helped her.
Oh, I just gave her a hand.
Well, still, you helped her.
Oh, she's just a little shook up is all.
Can I thank you or not, my friend?
Not bad for a good-looking fella, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that boy? Can't clean for nothing. He's got grease all over his knee bones and his elbows. He's got grease all over him.
Feels good to the skin now, don't it?
Don't take the grease off him.
Now hold still, buddy. I just want to get another look at you.
How come?
It's 'cause you're so pretty, buddy.
He is.
Sure, runs in the family.
Well, of course, your dad's an exception.
Hey.
Doodlebugs are pretty.
Yeah, they are.
Jenny Mae's pretty too.
Yeah, she sure is.
You ain't touched this boy yet, have you, Ferris Lehman?
I was kind of hoping it would clear with the seasons.
I don't blame you for hoping, but spread all over his neck and in his scalp. I'll give it 2 or 3 more weeks, and it'll be all over him. Now, I told you to watch that boy, Ferris.
I know, Basil.
Don't make him get wet.
Look, if you don't keep him clean, it's going to spread to his eyes and throughout his whole system.
You ain't gonna wash him.
Now, Bud, I'm sorry. It's just the only way I know how to cure ringworm.
You don't want to go with no water.
Oh, now, Bud!
You boys are messing with these salts and these skin lotions, and they ain't gonna do a damn thing. Now, see, I told you already, Ferris. You're putting it on the skin. That ringworm's under the skin.
Now, I can't see what you're saying.
It's the same thing I've been telling Ferris all summer. You see, warm water opens up the pores and makes it so that ringworm can move. Now, cold water holds the skin tight, makes it so that ringworm can't move or breathe. And if a ringworm can't breathe, he don't move, he don't bite. He don't bite, your boy don't itch. Now, it's not easy with how that boy is and all, but look, Ferris, if you just kept the boy clean, he'd be fine.
I know. Well, damn it, Cece. I can't take the boy screaming.
You knew how to help the boy and you didn't bother telling me?
You have to think about how I feel when the boy's around water.
Ferris, I've been here all summer.
See, when the boy gets near water, he gets to screaming and shouting. It just sets off my mind, don't you see?
Ferris, you just leave him go.
You ain't the boy's father. You ain't even family. You just work here is all.
Now, Ferris.
I'm sick of you trying to tell me what to do, Cece.
Well, I'm tired of trying to do it all, Ferris.
Don't you get it? The boy's mother died in the water. My wife in the water. I was there.
Well, I don't care about you or your wife. I care about that boy.
I'm sick and tired of you trying to push me.
Well, I'm gonna push it, Ferris.
Well, you can head right back down that road. We got along just fine before you. We'll get along just fine after you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, well. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Ferris.
Damn it all. I mean, I'm sorry, Cece. I lose my damn temper too easy.
Yeah, sometimes a man's a little pushy by nature.
Sometimes a man says things he don't mean to.
I am a little pushy by nature, I guess.
Well, fellas, how about we give this bike a push?
I'll grab the front.
Yeah. All right. There you go, cowboy.
Hey, Basil. I thank you.
I thank you as well.
Well, boys, I'm no doctor, but I know what I know. I know if I were to holler like you two fellas did, I'd give myself heart failure.
All right, you got your bounce now?
Well, hold on. There we go. I just need a little push is all.
All right. 1, 2, 3. There you go, cowboy.
Take care, Basil. So, Cece, how are we gonna go about this whole thing?
Well, it ain't gonna be easy.
No. Can't tie the boy up.
No.
It's gonna be tough to hold him down.
Yeah. We're gonna have to grab the wrench.
Yeah, I'll get that later.
Oh, you got yourself all wrapped up in knots, bud.
Lily was trying to tie him.
Since when did you want to have shoes on your feet?
Cece says he's supposed to keep him on.
Well, why is that?
'Cause his dog's got a ringworm. He's got it all over the rest of him, too. Wanna see?
Oh, no. Now, hold still a second.
Hurry up, Jenny Mae. It's gonna rain.
Strange sort of day, ain't it?
Yeah, the sky's changing, Ferris.
Hey, Jenny Mae, how come?
There's a wind blowing in.
How come you're rolling his pants up?
Oh, calm down a minute, bud.
Ain't you supposed to be putting his boots on?
Oh, we'll get your shoes back on in a minute or two.
Here we go.
Oh!
Hey, what are you two doing? What's in that bucket?
We're gonna try to fix you up, pal.
He says what's in the bucket, Cece. Can't you hear him? Hey, there's water in that bucket. Dad?
Come on, bud.
Dad!
But you're gonna have to sooner or later.
Cece thought you was his pal.
It's for your own good, bud.
Dad, leave him go. He don't want to go in the water.
You're fine, son. You're gonna have to sooner or later.
Hey, make him stop. He don't want to go in the water. He ain't aware in the water. His mom's
those trees there?
He'll be home.
I never saw clouds like that before.
It's gonna rain soon.
Fixing to rain awful hard,
Would
kid.
you look at that sky?
Looks like you'll have to wait out that storm to get home.
Awful dark clouds.
Well, I've never seen the sky so full before.
It's been a good summer for rain.
Nice summer.
Are all the windows closed?
Are all them tools in?
I think so.
Yeah, they're in.
It's gonna storm most of the night, I'm afraid.
Would you listen to that wind?
It's the season for storms.
Well, I can't sleep when it's storming. Best get inside for the sky splits wide open.
You'll be all right.
I ain't seen the sky like this in years and years.
I've never heard the wind so loud before.
Be lightning and thunder.
Coming soon, don't you think?
You'll be fine in the house.
Well, boys, I suppose we better get inside now before that storm hits.
Mama! The air's all turned to water! All there turned to water, he can't find him nowhere! Mama!
Buddy!
Mama!
Buddy's gonna be all right now.
No, he can't find her! He
Buddy.
can't find him through air!
Hold still.
No!
Hold still and listen.
Leave him go!
Buddy, you're not underwater.
Leave go of him!
Buddy, it's not the rain, it's the water.
Mama!
We're gonna stay here all night until you understand.
No, leave him go!
You're not underwater.
Mama!
You're not underwater.
Mama!
What am I gonna do to make you understand? You ain't gonna find your mama here, buddy. She's dead, buddy. She's gone.
It ain't his fault, Cece.
No, buddy, it ain't your fault.
It ain't his fault how the water took his mama.
No, buddy, it ain't nobody's fault.
It ain't Buddy's fault.
No, buddy, it ain't your fault.
It ain't Buddy's fault. It ain't Buddy's fault. It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault.
No, buddy, it ain't nobody's fault.
It ain't.
No.
God took her.
And that ain't your fault, bud.
God's mad.
No, he's not.
God's mad at you.
He's not mad at you, buddy.
He's making it rain.
Because that's what water does.
It storms.
That's what water does, bud. It rains so the birds can drink. It rains so the plants can grow. It rains, bud, because that's what water does. It rains. Now breathe.
He can't.
All right, you ready?
What are you gonna do to him, Cece?
We're gonna breathe.
Buddy can't breathe. Cece! Cece, it's raining! Hey, Cece! Cece!
There we go, bud. But it's best let out with the old and in with the new. There we go. Oh. Now on a count of three, we're gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And again. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now the good thing about breathing is you can't help but do it all the time.
He can't?
Even when you're sleeping, bud, you're pretty busy breathing.
Even when he's sleeping?
Even when you're sleeping.
What an honor.
Word of honor. Oh.
Hey, Cece, you know what?
What?
He ain't itching so bad no more.
Oh yeah, why do you think that is?
'Cause he's breathing.
I think it's because you've been breathing while standing in that there puddle.
Buddy! Over here, Ginny Mae, him and Cece are breathing.
I've been looking for you half the night, little brother.
He can breathe in the water. How about you?
Are you sure he's all right?
He looks just fine to me.
Like to worry me to death, you two.
You two got a sweet talk a while? You want him to maybe go eat somewhere else?
Oh, buddy, Layman.
He's itching all over. His backbones, his elbows, his armpiters. Except his dogs ain't itching so bad.
It's because of that puddle, bud.
Oh, well, what are you doing, bud?
He's putting some of this puddle in his pitters. Feels good.
Now, Jenny Mae, why don't you go tell your father that me and Bud will be down by the water?
Right now?
Oh, go. Quit looking so worried and go get your dad.
Well, can you wait for us?
Go on, Jenny Mae. We'll be fine.
You two be careful.
We will.
Yes.
All right, Bud, you about ready to go?
Where are you gonna take you?
Well, we're going to try to go get you better.
Hey, Cece, ain't you gonna carry him?
Oh, Bud, my back is awful sore. Come on.
Now,
Oh! All right, time to go to the river.
Stories, darling. I know you've been off
Oh, Miss Henshaw.
Not a word out of you, Dewey. You got no room to talk after taking my little girl where you been.
But Aunt Norma, it was beautiful. There were decorations and posters and those little flower thingies.
And they had a little band like they played right off the radio.
And we're not sinful at all.
Dancing is as sinful could be. Now, I thought I could trust you, Darlene.
I'm sorry, Aunt Norma.
Now, you kids are gonna be sorry when you go down and have a word with the
Oh, Miss
preacher.
Henshaw.
Come on!
Miss Henshaw, have you guys seen my dad?
Well, we're marching straight down to have a talk with the preacher.
Oh, Mr. Showers is down to the water.
The water?
If you guys see my dad, tell him Buddy's with Showers and they're both to the water.
Well, sweet Jesus in heaven. Now, you find that man, Dewey. You find Ferris Lehman if it takes you all morning, and you tell him his boy has found the Lord. You hear me?
I'll fetch him.
Go on, get a move on. As for you, Darlene, sneaking out of the house and carousing all night, well, I have never been so ashamed in my life.
I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Now, I want you to make a beeline for home and get out of that dress. I could not be taking you to a baptism in something you look like you were born in and been growing in ever since.
Oh, now, bud, you're getting awful heavy.
You think he's a fatso?
No, I just think your growing is all.
Like the weed?
Oh, to say the least.
Hey, Cece ain't gonna stick him in that river water.
Well, now, are you still itching?
Well, he ain't so sure no more.
Now, you just come up here and take a look at it. You see, the river, it's a little more or less just like the rain, only there's a little bit more of it.
Kinda gives him the wheelies all over, Cece.
It's all right. Now, get yourself a handful of the water. That's a boy. Now, throw it up in the air. You see?
It's like the rain.
Just like the rain. Now, why don't we get that shirt off of yours?
Well, he ain't so hot with his buttons.
Well, why don't you quit itching and I'll help you out some. There we go. Now, you're gonna feel so much better once we're done, bud.
He is?
He sure is. Oh, there we go.
You get naked?
Just my boots all,
Your dog's itch?
but a little water will do me just fine. Now, I don't want to get my pants soaked, which reminds me I'm gonna need to do that to your pants too. So why don't you stand up?
All right.
There we go. All right. Here we go. Oh, it is a lot colder than I expected.
You all right?
Yeah, now you just sit right there and watch how I'm waiting. You see?
He'd like to maybe go get some breakfast.
Now, you stay right there, and why don't we get your feet in just for starters? And if it's too cold, we'll come back and try again later.
Just the dogs, though?
Just your dogs for starters. Now, hop on in.
Holy freezing!
Now, you just keep yourself moving around some, get yourself a little bit more warm.
Oh boy,
Here, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
There we go. You're doing just fine, bud. Keep on moving.
It's awful cold.
It's awful nice. Oh, there we are.
You gonna wash him all over?
But I'm gonna do my best.
Hey, Cece,
Yeah, bud?
he's a wonder.
Well, what's he wondering about?
You think his mama's okay?
Well, I think your mama's in heaven.
You ever been to heaven?
I'm a little bit too busy to be much place any other than here.
Where's heaven at?
Well, let me think.
It's in the sky?
Well, not exactly. Oh,
You still thinking?
but I'm sure trying. I guess you could say that heaven's where you are when you ain't here no more.
When you ain't here no more,
That's heaven.
she's gone.
That's where your mama is, bud. You almost ready?
He ain't so sure.
You're gonna be fine.
Hey, Cece, you hear that?
What is it, bud?
The river's talking.
The river? You mean the waves?
It's talking.
And what's it saying to you?
Well, he don't know.
Who don't know?
He don't.
Who don't?
He don't, Cece. Can't you hear?
Yeah, I can hear him. You know, you're a pretty good guy, bud.
He
He
is.
sure is.
Hey, Cece, how come they singing?
Oh, it's all right, bud. Hey, ladies! We'd like to be alone. We're trying to bathe. What are they doing?
Well, I brought him past the showers. We're all here to witness.
Well, there ain't nothing to witness.
Well, this is for the baptizing, Pastor.
Miss Henshaw, there ain't gonna be no baptizing.
Well, praise God, the Lord's with them.
Miss Henshaw, I ain't no pastor no more. I don't do sermons, I don't sing, and I don't pray. Would you listen to me?
He's
Would
great
you
there.
listen? Would you listen to me?
Honey, get in there! My brother! All right. My brother is all right. Amen.
Oh my God.
Now, like a slate wiped clean or a fever washed away. Where there was fire in the sky, now there's nothing. Where there was clouds in the sky, now there's just blue and sun.
His only son gone, and it's me who sends the word when I found Ferris that morning. And how I ran by the river and I seen the boy there. And I ran like the wind for his father. I turned to him, I says, Ferris, I'm sorry. And he don't move and he don't speak. I say, Ferris, he's passed on beyond us.
Buddy Lehman's dead, don't you see? Now when that boy said it would rain, we laid our fields in rows, and hell, we knew it'd be a good season.
We harvest the fields and we turn the earth over.
We turned the earth to the earth like the boy to his mother. Now, when we think of that boy, we call it a blessing. We look at each other and we call it a blessing.
Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, long way down. If you